she let go. Every night in my arms, love.
Here we are in the landing area, as you can kind of see here from what I mentioned about that previous fairway bunker. We did take it out, kind of raised it up a little bit, made a nice little mound there. And then some of the other subtle changes where you can kind of see where on this lake edge, from some of the opening videos I showed you as we were prepping it, we just made a nice looking slope on the lake edge. It was severely eroded, probably a 2-3 foot drop off. This way it looks a little bit better from the tee box and also everywhere else. So didn't want to do a whole lot here in the fairway, as I said, as this was a challenging first drive anyway. We wanted to focus our attention up there on the green. As you can kind of see, we did add a nice little bunker there. Little obstacle for you to overcome, as this was a really wide open green. You know, yes, the drive is challenging, but the shot into the green was just a little bit too easy with just open all the way around. So this at least helps give you a little bit of challenge going into this one. Here we are greenside looking at that bunker, and as I said, it was fairly shallow, especially once you get 4, 5, 6 inches of sand in there, compacted down. Pretty easy up and in compared to some of the other bunkers. But we did still want to add a little obstacle, little bunker here in front of the green to kind of protect some of these front pin positions to give it a little bit more of a challenge.
Don't play no stop sign romance. You're gonna miss it and you don't even know. I'd give anything for one more last chance.
We are on 6T, where some of the biggest changes with this bunker project are happening. The second par 5, you can kind of see the one remaining bunker that's there that we reshaped and kept that last one. It's about 280 from the white tee to the back of it, somewhere in that middle of it. Still a pretty good poke from the tee box. The other two, you really couldn't see the second one at all. We just kind of flattened that area out, kind of blended it into the existing. And then the front one, we just kind of made a large swell right there. That bunker was, you know, 180 off the tee. It really wasn't in play. Just penalized the higher handicap. So we removed that and just had the one bunker there for kind of framing the hole. Work your ball from right to left or whichever way you want to go, but it's there. Let's move on to the fairway. Now this is where the real fun starts on this hole. We wanted the tee shot to be a little bit more open, not as penalizing off the tee, because there are going to be some choices that you're going to have to make going into this green. You can kind of see here where that ridge used to be, kind of in that landing zone. We've added a couple bunkers, enhanced that last one. Ranges from, you know, I hit a good 270 off the tee. I've got about 280 left of the green. You know, I'm kind of contemplating what I'm going to do here. The bunkers on the first one, they range from 150, 155 all the way to like 240. So, you know, here's my choice. Do I lay up, kind of go in front of those bunkers a little bit further out to the right, or do I go ahead and cross them? Just get myself somewhere in that second fairway up there to give me a little bit better angle into the green. You'll find that anything to the right, if you're anywhere right going into this green, is going to be very difficult. With a nice bunker guarding the green, a lot of swells around it. So, do I want to take a little bit of a risk on this second shot, position myself better for the third shot, or do I play safe and give myself a little bit longer into that green? So that's where the decision lies. You know, ever since I've been here, that ridge that ran through the fairway always screamed out for some bunkers, and these just really fit the eye. You can see how on the horizon line it kind of flows towards the green and kind of gives you a little bit of guidance on shaping your shot. If you're a fader, if you're a right-handed fader, kind of fits the eye a little bit better. If you're a lefty like me, a nice little draw up in there kind of fits and runs on in towards that hole. So gives you a little bit better visual and also a little bit more options from where you want to play from. Okay, so one option, I decided to go to the right, lay a little bit short just to see what you're looking at here. You got that new little pot bunker there right in the front, and the bunker to the left side, the bunker to the right side, pretty much gone. This used to be almost totally guarded by just useless bunkers that were very penal. What we did is we kind of made some swells out of both of those. Interesting, still a challenge, especially when they're going to be at fairway height, getting up and down, but gives you a little bit more options, more playability. But you can see my angle here. I've got, you know, I really don't have much options other than going at the flag. So that's kind of the play. And if I'm to the right, I'm kind of dead because I'm about 5 feet below the putting surface at a tight chip. If I'm to the left of that green, I got, you know, 2-3 feet down. I'm gonna have to play a little run or something up in there. So a little bit tougher option over here. Let's go over and look over where we should have been on the left. All right, now this was my real shot. I'm lying 3 going into this green. You can see now my options compared to the right side of the fairway. My options here really improved. I can run it in there, I can throw it high, I can see the flag stick, the putting surface. I've got a lot more options, a little bit easier road to get up and down from here. The little pot bunker over kind of to the left hand side really doesn't come into play. It's more for your second shot, kind of helping you gauge the distance between the cross bunkers and there where you need to throw it into. Also kind of helps you on the horizon line with visually. But you can see here, it's a lot easier shot from here. Just had a little bit of trick getting over these bunkers, but now I'm rewarded with a really good shot going into the green. Now you can see here where all this area here before used to be bunker. Really long bunker that always got washed out. Just nasty. We replaced all that, created a nice gentle swell that rolls down. This will probably be fairway height to where you can just kind of bump a shot up onto the green. Not really penal, but still enough to where you have a couple different clubs you could use, a couple different options to get it up onto the green. Let's go look from the right side. All right, you can see from the right side now, bunker guarding the green. It's not too deep, but it's still risk to where I would want to avoid it at all cost. But then you kind of look down in here where this all used to be bunker again guarding this green. It's now a nice swell area. Coming off the putting surface, you can see, you know, I'm probably 3 or 4 feet from here. And now as I kind of work my way down into the heart of this thing, where the drain's at, kind of see now, it's like, oh, okay. And I'm 6 feet tall. I cannot see the cup. So being right is not an ideal position to be, because I gotta either run it up high, some kind of pitch and run. It's a difficult shot to say the least, especially if the pin's on the right side or close to this side. I really want to avoid this area at all cost. But you can kind of see how this gives you a lot of different options now, being able to play this hole. It's a really good par 5. Here we are on the beautiful par 3 7th. Not a whole lot of change here on this green complex with the bunker, just a little more character to it, a little more shape. But if you remember back in 2016, most of the enhancement on this one was already done when we redid the stone wall that goes all the way around it before it was severely eroded. Green was about to fall in, and went in there and stabilized it, make it a really nice looking island green now. Really really nice little short par 3 with some minor changes to the bunker.
Pray for rain. Well, it was about...
Here we are on the always fun par 4 8th hole. While we didn't do any changes per se to the fairway or the bunkering in the fairway, as there is none, just had the lake guarding the left edge. I wanted you to see the new bunker, the new approach, so you can kind of see it from the tee shot. It was supposed to be an intimidating bunker as it is. Kind of guards that green, changes the whole approach there, but really kind of shapes that hole nicely visually off the tee box. Let's go up and look at the changes in the fairway. Here we are in the landing zone. I've hit a perfect drive. Got myself about 130 into the green, I wish. You can kind of see that bunker's fairly intimidating, as I told you before. Anything left of that or in that bunker are pretty much dead. But the real changes on this one were made in that approach. You can kind of see outlined by the stakes we have guarding the side. That was just a series of moguls that really didn't have any kind of formal approach to it. We took those out, created a kind of a runoff area for water to come off the green in between the bunker and that approach. There's a series of mounds kind of on the middle half of that where you've got an upper tier that approach you can run on up in there. And what we tried to do towards the green where you have those mounds on the right hand side, we wanted the ball to be able to kind of kick over to your left on down towards the pin, kind of setting up nicely for a nice little right to left shot. Work your way. You can do a run up in there. You can throw a high shot, hopefully hit off one of those slopes, maybe kick off towards the green, but gives you a little bit more options. Opens the eye a little bit more to the approach. Just made a little bit better hole, even with the tougher bunker there. Here we are up by the 8th green. I want to show you a little bit of this approach here. As you can see the green looking back down towards the fairway. That bunker on the left-hand side, you really don't want to go left, so what we wanted to do is give you another option. Allow you to hit it in this approach area and have it kind of run down towards the green as everything slopes down towards that surface. So you can go directly to the flag if you want. Kind of a safe shot would be able to play something out towards the right with the chance of possibly having it kick on down towards the green even further. Left is dead, but now you have an option. Right side could end up with some really good benefits rolling down towards the green.